All right. So let's just start with the prayer. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kamsa Chanuramardanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum, Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave, Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha. So with the blessings of the Guru and Sri Krishna and Vyasa, sage Vyasa, let us start today's contemplation on the Gita. So what have we done so far? Okay. So let us just, we were talking about Yajna Bhava, which is in chapter 3. So what have we done through the week? Have we remembered to offer anything to the Lord before consuming or doing? How many of us have done that at least once in a day? Have you remembered to do that?
I have definitely attempted to do that.
All right. That's it. Fantastic. What about the rest of us?
Me too. Even I've done it most of the time, food-wise and work-wise.
Wonderful. So nice. Nirmala?
I missed out. What you should remember to do?
Yajna Bhava.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in Yajna Bhava at least some of the time during the day? Have you remembered to say Krishna Arpanamastu or take food as Nevedya?
Mm-hmm.
These are the things that we can do on a daily basis whenever we remember, right? Anna bhavanti bhutani. See, this is the main crux of the whole yajna thing is, why should I do karma and why should I do it in karma bhava, in yajna bhava? The one very critical shloka is there, 3.14. I don't know if we dwelt on that enough last week. Okay. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha yajnad bhavati parjanyaha yajnaha karma samudbhavaha. I want to just share that shloka again because it's very critical. So Jai Shri, the rest of us, we were just asking everyone, all of us were thinking, have I been able to do my work with Yajna Bhava the past week? Have I said Krishna Arpanam? Have I remembered while I taking food, offering it to God as prasada? Have I done that? That was the question. Yes.
Some of the time I could achieve it.
Okay.
Some of the time, actually, when I was feeding my girl maid who helps me, ತಿಂಡಿನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ತಗೊಳಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ನೀನೇ ದೇವ್ರು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದ್ 4 ದಿವಸ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಯ್ತು. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಮಂತ್ರಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದೆ ನೆನ್ನೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನನ್ ಮಗುಗ್ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರು, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿಂಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಯ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸತಿನೂ ಅದ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. We are able to achieve it at some point.
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್.
Okay then.
At least ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನೀನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅದು ಸರಿ, ನಾನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವನೂ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇರ್.
ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ ನಾನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದ್ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ನಂದಲ್ಲ ಅದು ನಾನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ನಿಂದೇ ನಿನಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ನೆನ್ನೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್.
ಇದೀನಿ.
ಸರಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಡನ್. ಅದನ್ನ
ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೂ ಅದ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವಿಷಯಗಳಲ್ಲೂ.
Do you agree, people? The doership, isn't it hard to drop? I mean, Is it easy to get away from the feeling that I am doing this, I am eating, I am whatever, that I feeling is so strong in us, right?
Yeah, it's very difficult to get away from that I word. Yeah.
So that's why. So even I am doing it and then offer it to God. So that is the,
Yes.
it's very,
Now,
very,
what I have given up in life is, I told you so. I told you so. That I have given up, to tell you the truth.
feeling superior.
Yes, feeling superior. I told you has been given up since 1 year after joining.
Very nice.
That's nice.
It's gone. That is gone. I'm very glad. It comes up in the mind, but there itself I lower it down.
Very good, very good. Very good.
Hard, Jai Shri ma'am, I feel. That itself can be hard, actually.
That itself, feeling superior, feeling actually yesterday, by the way, have you heard of this speaker called Swami Sarva Priyananda? He's a YouTube Swami. None of you?
Yes.
Okay. He is touring Bangalore. And yesterday I had the good fortune of attending 2 of his lectures live. So I was
He's the most amazing person.
oh my goodness,
Yeah.
he's amazing. So he was telling, yeah,
He makes it very simple.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, you listen to it as well?
Yeah.
Shweta? Okay.
Yeah, actually, when my mom was here last time, she used to listen to him, and she's like, sit and listen for a little bit. She said, I was not that much into it yet, right? I said, fine, whatever. But then, when I started to listen to him, the way he breaks it down is so simple. Actually,
Yeah, it is.
You want to completely listen to him all the time, and I also like the fact that he also does that Bhagavad Gita in management for like a lot of courses is what he's done, which I think is nice, right? Because he makes it very relatable to what you're going through in life. So I think that's pretty cool about his lectures.
So when I was listening to him, I mean, he's a rock star in Vedanta, right? I mean, he's got millions of followers all over the world. Definitely, I can say that. But when I saw him, he's such a simple person. He doesn't have any aura around him. That simplicity. And I felt, oh, this guy doesn't have that I feeling. I felt that. Like
nice.
looking at him, you know. That's very
Can you
What's his name? Yeah.
Swami Sarva Priyananda.
Swami Sarva Priyananda.
Oh my God, he is a monk of the Ramakrishna order, and he is the head of the Vedanta Society of New York. He lives in New York. He heads the Vedanta Society, which was founded by Swami Vivekananda himself in 1893. So he's a YouTube. So that's what I felt. That is how one speaks, and that's how one looks when you don't have that I feeling. I had that feeling. That is why their words are so powerful. You know, it comes straight from the source, I guess. Like same our Prabhuji also, such innocence, such simplicity in their manner. Absolutely no airs. Even Prabhuji had come for the lecture yesterday. We had all gone together. Look at the simplicity of Prabhuji. You know, there is no high horse. I am also a guru. Why should I go? No, that total annihilation of the ego. I would say that. Really, it's a wonderful experience. So,
Today also there is a lecture, Purnima ji.
Yeah. He's a jam-packed 3 days. He's touring Bangalore. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Morning, noon, and night. He has got these workshops happening everywhere. And
What
today,
is the
topic is all Advaita only, but different aspects of Advaita. Yesterday at Nimhans, the topic was because it's Nimhans is a mental health institute. It was about connecting the mind and consciousness, relationship between mind and consciousness. Amazing lecture as usual. And in the evening, we stalked him. You know, we followed him from Nimhans to IIM Bangalore, which was in the evening. And there it was Advaita for daily life. Most relevant for all of us. Most relevant. So I'll quickly share what he said about Advaita for daily life. What he said was, you have, first of all, you should have an idea of this, all the the teaching of Advaita, which is I am Brahman, I am not the body. Nanu Nanambudu Nanalla, I am not the body, mind, or soul. My true nature is Brahman. This is the only Ekaika teaching of Advaita Vedanta, right? So someone in the audience asked, so how should I use this knowledge during for life? So he said, because it's very difficult in the hurly-burly of life to go on remembering that I am Brahman. You get caught up in the flow of events and you become angry, you become sad, you become happy, you get caught up in life. So what should I do? So he said, take some time. It's very commonsensical. All of us know that. Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, absolutely, which we are doing all the time. We guys are doing that. Listening to the truths all the time, contemplating on the truths, and being in a meditative state regarding the truths. So meditate, he said, just close your eyes and sit for a few moments, morning and evening, and look inside. Look at your true nature. Thoda dekh lo, he said. Thoda dekh lo na. Try it. Just sit, close your eyes, and just sit for 5 minutes quietly. That quietness is your true nature. He says that. He said that. That's all. That's the main thing you have to do. Because no matter how much we listen, you have to try to go on associating more with the true nature than being outward all the time. And he quoted a few verses from the 2nd chapter of the Gita, how dukkeshu anudvigna manaha sukheshu vigata. Try for that equanimity all the time. Try to achieve that balance all the time. Not getting too elated when something good happens in life. Not getting too depressed when something bad happens in life. Try for that equanimity. Always, check your responses and reactions to the events around you. That is one. And then he said, try to feel the oneness connection with the whole of the, everyone around you. The basic, the foundation is consciousness. And it's the same consciousness in me, you, in the plant, in the bird, everything. We are all consciousness. So try to feel that oneness, and automatically you will feel love flowing from you. These are the few things he said, which is, like I said, commonsensical, all the enlightened masters say, but I thought I'll just share it again here for all of us. So that was Swami Sarva Priyananda. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. I know, like I said, you feel that, he is really not an ego at all. That feeling I got. Okay. This is the
Thank
main.
you,
Yeah. Thank you. And by the way, Sneha and others who are around Baswangudi, please attend his talk in Ramakrishna Ashrama to Sunday evening.
Okay.
Where is God? Where is God is the topic. Please
Okay.
go. I mean, you just have to listen to him. He's amazing. Okay. And I'm sure it will be jam-packed.
What time?
It is at 6, I think. I will share his schedule on the group.
Okay. Okay.
Hatra idella, you can go.
Oh,
and
yes.
Also in IISc, he has got so many, he's got back-to-back programs, everything jam-packed. But Ramakrishna Ashrama is very doable.
Yeah.
So you should go. Okay, I want us to just revisit this shloka again.
Okay.
Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyadanna sambhavaha yajnad bhavati parjanyo yajnah karma samudbhavaha. So all living beings subsist on food, and food is produced by rains. Rains come from the performance of sacrifice, yajna, and sacrifice is produced by the performance of prescribed duties. See here, the whole of nature is involved in the first part of the shloka. Okay, annad bhavanti bhutani, because the gross body is made up of anna, and that anna comes from the plants and everything, living beings. And from where does anna come from? Anna comes from parjanya, from clouds. And where does that come from? It comes from rain. And where does rain come from? This is the crux. The rain comes from the prescribed duties done by man. See, ultimately, it's our responsibility that there should be timely rains. Everything that the prakriti that we take for granted, all the natural processes that are happening, is actually dependent on human beings performing our prescribed duties as per our varna, dharma, swadharma, all the other parameters that we are bound by. Within those parameters, whatever duties we have to do that. And also with yajna bhava. That is why we find all the calamities of nature in the world, the climate change and all that. Why? Because most of us have forgotten this basic thing. I mean, really, before understanding and contemplating on this shloka, I had really not given much thought about how critical it is for each and every one of us to be dharmic, moral, ethical in nature, for things to happen, around us. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that a revelation? It is so important that all
It's
of us.
very scary, actually.
It is scary because you may do your duty, but what about the rest of the world? You're connected with the entire, population on this earth who has no clue about this. That is why.
No, also for us, also it is quite scary. Even our little actions have an impact. Like for example, I take my scooter out to just go and get some milk. That itself has an impact in the long run. Instead of taking a walk,
the carbon emissions and stuff.
Yes. I mean, that's one of the things.
Okay, that Yuga Dharma is also there, Sneha. You cannot go, walking all the way. So that is fine. Let us not become like that centipede who forgets how to walk. The centipede was all, which leg do you put first? You forgot to walk only. Let's not, go that deep. But at least, I'm sure we are on the right direction. We are fine. So
it is so intricately linked.
Yes.
Intricately linked.
Yes.
It's almost like a lace work.
Yeah. It's all, it's almost like a lace.
Yeah. ಮೊದಲೆಲ್ಲ ಜನ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಮೊದಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ಸತ್ಪುರುಷರು ಸತ್ಕಾರ್ಯ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದಾನೇ ಮಳೆ ಬೆಳೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಳೆ ಬೆಳೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಅದೇ
ಭಾವದಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಗೂನು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಚಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದೀವಿ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕನ. ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅನ್ಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. And in the forest,
for that one man, it is raining, but all of us are benefiting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is said that there are many sages who are meditating quietly in the unknown caves of the Himalayas, which is what is keeping the world in balance. It is said. So all those sounded very esoteric, but I guess that's what's happening. What, Anu?
With Deva Yagna, they do the environmental balance for us.
Yes, the Deva Yagna is also environmental balance. Yeah, that's directly related to, and Bhuta Yagna, that is taking care of the plants, animals and stuff. That's also environmental balance, related to environmental balance. So everything depends on man doing his prescribed duties in a dharmic manner. And in the next shloka, Krishna actually says, one who, especially regarding to eating, because that eating food is what subsists man, and then therefore his actions. So that the very first action of breathing and eating has to be done with yajna bhava. The Krishna says, and he says, one who acts or eats only for his pleasure is actually a thief. Sthenaha. That is even more scary. I'm just taking without giving. Even just popping a chocolate into my mouth unconsciously, I'm a thief. I am not giving due respect to all the things that has happened in the very action of how was the chocolate produced, and how my nerves and everything, the brain is working for my hand to reach out to the chocolate and putting it inside my mouth, and how I'm enjoying its flavor, how it's going inside, how it's getting digested. No, I'm not at all aware of it. I take it totally for granted.
See, yeah, where in Mantralayam, everything is free food. You have many places where it is for Brahmins and others and things like that. But there is a hundi kept at the entrance of the door. You don't eat the free food and come out. Annadanakke, illi you can put the money in tarite. So after eating, most of the people do go and offer money. You are not taking it free. You are not taking it free. Though you are eating with pious nature, this is prasadam. Still, you put something into the hundi and come out.
Correct. So that's right. You're right. So that is why we have all these pancha yagnas. At least do something. Give some dana at some point, of do manusha yagnas, support an NGO, support a child to study. All that is a part of the yagnas. So will it work? Will it work? Consuming food as Naivedya or doing this yagna, will it work? And Krishna says this: when you do things with yagna bhava, that papa will not, the karma phala will not come to you. Fantastic. What an incentive to do things with yagna bhava, to be rid of the karma phala. So will it work? He said, of course it works, because we have examples in our Puranas of Prahalada, the child Prahalada. He was so surrendered to the Lord that even fire could not burn him. No? So many instances we know of from the lives of the great masters, like the Buddha, how one big boulder came, his cousin tried to kill him, and that boulder stopped in front of the Buddha. It might be just a legend, but it might well be true, because the karma phala will not touch this enlightened master. And the elephant stopped and bowed before the Buddha. Mirabai, she was so surrendered to Krishna that she was always in that bhava. So she was given poison. She drank poison. Krishnarpanamastu. Nothing happened to her. So especially while we are dining out, we should say Krishnarpanamastu and eat.
They also say when a person serves the food, all that, whoever cooks or whoever makes it, all that karma comes through that food and all. When we say Krishnarpanas, sorry.
Correct.
So when they offer it to the god and then eat, it becomes like a prasadam. Otherwise, it's like just a normal food. Like from the time it grows till it comes to our plate, also all that vasanas comes into that food.
Yes. I'm telling you, the whole gross body and the mind, they're full of vasanas only. It is made of anna, which is vasana. Anna is vasana, right?
So when we offer it, the vasanas are removed or kind.
Yeah. We have a firewall. Yeah. We have a
That's
firewall.
how they say that Brahmarpanam kind of.
Correct, correct. And even during Sandhya Vandane, children are taught, or while doing puja, while giving Naivedya, that mantra comes, no? Pranaya swaha, apanaya swaha, udanaya swaha, samanaya. That means that food is activating all the processes in the body. We know how the Panchapana pranas work. One is taking care of circulation, one is taking care of the balance of the hormones in the body, one is taking care of the excretion, one is taking care of the breathing and other stuff in the body. All the processes, the physiological processes, not the psychological. The physiological processes in the body are being fed by this food only, naturally. So for that we say, okay, let this physiology be fine, pranaya, prana, apana, udana, let all the vayus function properly. We offer it to God, and then we take it to ourselves. It's so beautiful, actually, all our, and then we say Brahmane swaha. Last, does Brahman need food? No.
In the olden days, that is the reason everybody will call at least one person to come and eat before they eat.
Yes, correct.
They used to call, feed them, satisfy them, and then they will eat.
Correct.
That is Yajna Bhava.
Yeah, so many of the old...
Not selfish eating.
Not selfish eating. We have really lost that art, We have to revive it more and more. Yeah.
Especially sweet, I believe.
Ah.
These dietitians of today, right? Rujita Divekar.
Ah.
I happened to read a YouTube post of hers. Read it. So she says one of the most important rules of while eating sweets is first offer it to others.
See, first offer it to others. So
that we try to teach our children, no? Chocolate khate ho to akele mat khao, please give other children and eat.
Correct. Correct. We I think we are in the fine. We are in the right place. No problem.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Yeah. Now children, parents don't want chocolate to be given to the child. Fine, great, no problem. But we'll teach them to share other stuff. All right. Okay. So yeah, we have. Can we go to the next look? And then what is this meaning of Brahmane Swaha? Please, one of us have to explain this. This is very, very critical. What are we doing? Does Brahman need God? Brahman needs food, or does he need any of the physiological processes that is happening? When we say Brahmane Swaha, there's a very, very subtle meaning behind that. And we as Advaitins should be aware of this subtle meaning.
Brahmarpanam Brahma Havir Brahma Agno Brahmana Hutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina.
So I am Brahman. This is with the knowledge that I am Brahman and I am eating.
Okay.
Is it so? Is it so?
No, that is fine. I am Brahman, I am eating. What I'm eating is also Brahman. That Havis is also Brahman. Everything is Brahman. That is the idea.
Brahman is in the form of fire and the food is offered to the Brahman.
Correct.
And
Jataragni. Jataragni. We have a Jataragni in the stomach, which is the one which digests the food and makes use of it to the different parts of the body.
Correct. Yeah, what I was getting to is, these are all the...
If the fire is not there, there will not be proper digestion. If there is not a proper digestion, the proper, this thing will not be there. As somebody said, there are, Prabhuji said, I think, there are 4 brains. One is a gut brain, left brain, right brain, and the spinal cord brain.
Correct. Correct.
So the gut brain is that Jataragni. If you don't have digestion, see how uncomfortable you are.
Correct. Correct. All that is fine.
So,
yeah.
So I think for me, the gist for, when Brahmane Swaha, right? The gist is, it's like Keraya Neer, Karege Challi. We are all Brahman, we're part of Brahman. Everything we put, we got to be in that consciousness of Brahman. So I think bottom line is that for me. That's how I understand it.
Very good. Very good. Fine. All of us are correct. Just one more little detail. What is Brahman? Brahman is consciousness. Nah. What is Brahman? Which is everywhere. It's just the consciousness to which all of this is presented. What all we are seeing is just happening on the screen of consciousness, on the screen of awareness. I'm aware. I'm eating. I'm aware. Who knows that I'm eating? Is that awareness. Who knows that I'm offering it to God? It's awareness. Who knows that everything is just awareness? It's all at the end of it, it's all just awareness. So when I say Brahmane Swaha, I go back to that awareness. From the BMI, I go back to awareness. Jnana, pure knowingness. So when I go back to that awareness and say, okay, everything is happening like a screen, I'm the screen on which all this is being played out. That is the ultimate realization. No, it's not about my body, my physiology, I'm giving something. All that is fine, which is fine at the Vyavaharika level. At the Paramarthika level, just go back to that knowing. I'm offering what I see, I offer it to awareness. Oh, I saw. It is called Drushta Nashta Swabhavaha. When I see something, it becomes part of my knowledge. And so that object ceases to exist. When I see something, it ceases to exist as a separate entity from me. It's a very, very subtle thing to understand. You have to dwell on it, more to understand. When I see something, it is part of my understanding, my jnana, my awareness, my knowledge. So it is in me. Drushta, nashta. I see something, I know it, I understand it. There it ceases to exist apart from me. That means everything is consciousness, everything is awareness, everything is jnana, everything. That is the ultimate realization of Brahman. Does it make sense?
Kind of.
So
Yeah.
deep, Purnimaji.
It's very deep. It is deep. It's kind of, yeah. I think
And I
we are
wanted
just
to
barely
add-
scratching the surface, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted to add small
Yeah.
thing about Annam.
Yeah.
How Annam can transform into Yagnam.
Okay.
From Sripada Charitra, it
Mm.
says part of the Annam, what we eat, is transformed into Manas.
Mm.
So our Manas is the reason for the thinking and the processes and Buddhi.
Correct.
And whatever our Buddhi says is how we have the Alochana, like all the thought processes that arise.
Yeah.
And based on the thought processes, our actions are linked.
Mm.
So thereby, in order to be in a good cycle or to perform good actions, to have good thoughts
Mm.
and to have a good manas, you have to eat good food,
Big food, yeah.
satvika ahara, because annam is manas, and thereby annam ultimately through karma transforms into yajna rupa.
Mm.
So that is why we have to take proper precautions in what we eat, how we eat,
Yes.
and even how the food is being prepared. We cannot be like talking or bad things or whatnot while cooking, because all of that is, the vibrations get into the food that is being cooked.
Very good. Yeah, absolutely. Perfectly. Jaisa an, vaisa gun. No?
Right.
Eat. I am what I eat.
Right.
When
Exactly.
we,
So
when we eat, no, before we eat, the people, Brahmins and all, do that pariseshanam. That is, they put water around their leaf and drink some water. It seems it's very scientific that little water, if you drink, then only the thing, esophagus, I think it opens up, it seems. Now they found out. It is, if you drink a little water and then start off, it is like switching on the light. So
Okay.
that is the reason they used to do, it seems.
But
All
why
very
women?
scientific.
Why women, Papa? What have we done that we should not have?
Even women women do it.
Mm.
Women do it. Many people do it.
Okay.
In the olden days. Nowadays, we don't follow anything, no?
We become, the more science is advanced, we are becoming more unscientific. You put it that way.
We ask cross question and say it is not applicable.
Not applicable. True.
But
Okay.
when such information comes, that is the time you realize,
oh, yes. So when this Brahma, yes, Kamla.
Hello, Purnima.
I
I have one doubt in this context. We, after puja, we offer something to God. Okay, like prasadam. Then we say this mantra. Pranaya swaha, apnaya swaha, pranaya swaha, udanaya swaha, samanaya swaha, om brahmane swaha. So in this context, when we offer to God, what does it mean? I don't understand.
That is because the God is the one, as Vaishvanara inside me, who is taking care of all the processes within the body, no? So first the God, we have to offer that to God only. That is the Agni. God is the Agni who is doing all the digestion process and taking care of the physiology of the body. That's why I offer to God. Aham Vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamashitaha pranapan samayukta pachanyannam chaturvidham. Krishna says in the Gita. I am the Vaishvanara Agni who is sitting inside you and taking care of all the activities within the body. That is why you offer it to me first. Alva?
Okay.
ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾನೇ ಕೂತಿರೋದು ನಿನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅಂತ. He is the Vaishvanara.
That is why they chant.
Not just in you, or it is not especially to me. Every physiological process of the entire universe, he is the Vaishvanara. In the plant, the chlorophyll, the sun coming, and whatever the everything is that Vaishvanara, and everything is God only. So offer it to him first. And then Nevedya first kottu appa neene kottidya anta, we give it to him, and then I have.
So
I had a question. Yeah, Rama.
That is why they chant the 15th chapter. Sannyasis chant the 15th chapter before they have their lunch.
Sanvi has a question. Kamla?
Yeah, I'm not able to understand that drishta nashta swabhava.
Drishta nashta swabhava is, see, drishta means when I'm seeing something, right? So I'm seeing you raising a hand. So the moment I see that, it's gone into my, I understand it, it's gone into me as knowing that something is happening in front of me, right? So the moment it's become part of me, it's not separate from me. Can I separate that knowledge? That Kamla is asking me a question, it's a knowledge. Can I separate that knowledge from the activity? No, it's become part of me. So the moment my eyes alight on something, become part of me. The moment my ears hear something, music or someone talk, it become part of me.
Right.
That everything, all the sense perceptions, like that only. The moment I touch something, it's become part of me. As knowledge, it's converted to some knowledge, some perception in the brain. Yes or no?
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So that means the separation is gone.
Okay.
Drishta nashta.
Okay. Drishti is okay, gone. Okay.
Drishti is the sense perceptions. The moment, see now I don't know about some remote galaxy, some Mars or Saturn or something.
Right.
But once I know more about it, it becomes part of my knowledge.
Right.
And the separation is gone. It's me. It's all Brahman.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that is Nirmala.
I will tell you one example.
Yes, please.
I look at the apple, I eat the apple.
Yeah.
The apple becomes part of me.
Ashte. You don't actually have to eat it. Just seeing it, it's an apple. That knowledge is me. The knowledge is, it's in my consciousness. Is what is the under that knowledge, that apple is also in consciousness. Finish. That's it.
Okay.
So knowledge is consciousness. Knowledge is consciousness. I know is consciousness.
I know. When there is nothing to know also, I know is there. When I just simply close my eyes, suppose I'm closed up. I am aware. I am feeling, in a dark room when none of the senses are working. Just imagine that I can't see, I can't hear, I can't touch, I can't smell, I can't taste. In such a situation also, that feeling of I am is there. That is God, that is Ishvara. There's the same I am in all of us. That is the connectivity. That is how one has to feel the oneness. It's the same I am, all of us feel, isn't it? The presence. The presence is Ishvara. The presence is God. The presence is Brahman. That's all.
Brahmane.
Very simple.
Brahmane Swahama. Brahmane is a masculine noun. When we take it in the Sanskrit, Brahmane and Swaha is for fire. So we are offering that food without
the fire of consciousness.
Plus, without that Dehana Agni, fire can't take the food. So that deeper meaning we can say now.
Yeah.
So
if you put it anything into the fire, it just becomes ashes. There is no karma phala.
So in there we can see that Ardhanarishwara Sankalpam also, both masculine and feminine. Brahmane and Swaha a wife.
And
a fire
also, when you are doing that regular oblation in the fire in these yagnas and all, you must have noticed the mantra goes namama nama idam namama namama idam namama namama. You put something into the fire and say, "Is it not mine?"
Yes.
Namama namama. That namama namama has to be, attitude has to be there all the time. Idam namama. Even like puja also, we have those slokas. Idam namama. See, that means it does not belong to this body-mind complex at all. It's all Brahman only. That's all. It's not that little me I'm talking about, actually. This is all just an appearance, you know, in the Advaitic context. The entire waking world and the dream world, the subtle body, the waking, the gross body, everything is just an appearance which is coming and going. My real nature is I am. That presence which is there in all the three states of waking, dreaming, and deep sleep, that I am is the truth.
Rest all is mithya.
Rest all is mithya. Mithya means coming, which comes and goes, which is not permanent. That's all. You can't hold on to it. I can't hold on to what happened yesterday. I cannot hold on to something which is happening tomorrow. So it's mithya. That is the simple meaning of mithya. That's all. Which all the time I'm doing only that. I'm holding on to some baggage and I'm holding on to some anxiety about the future. That's all we do. Holding on to mithya is the problem. Namama, namama. It's not mine. It's all Brahman. That's all. Okay. Then the next, the shloka is again phenomenal. If you have a question, why then, if you know that everything is Brahman and everything is mithya and everything, why should I do karma? Why should the realized being do karma? That is a question that Arjuna might have. So here is the answer. What Krishna says is, Yad yad acharati shreshtaha tat tad yevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute sayat pramanam kurute lokastan tad anuvartate. Okay, somebody please chant it properly. All of us can chant this one by one. This is 3.21. Very famous shloka. Yes, please go.
Yadyad acharati shreshtaha tattatyeva itaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate.
Very relevant shloka. Yes, please go.
यद्यत् आचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तद्देवेतरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
Yes.
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तद्देवतरो जनः स यत्र प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
Yes.
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तदेवेतरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
यद्यद् आचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तद्देवेतरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकास्तदनुवर्तते.
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तदेवेतरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
यद्यद् आचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तद्देवेतरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
Please go ahead, Indra.
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तदेवेतरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तद्देवेतरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
Yadyad acharati shreshtaha tattadeva tarocanaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate.
Very good. Very nice.
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठस्तत्तद्देवेतरो जनः स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
Very nice, Shaila.
तत्तद् एव तरो जनाः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते.
यद्यच्चरति श्रेष्ठाः तत्तद्देवरतो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तद् अनुवर्तते.
Yes.
Purnima, did you notice all of us have improved a lot?
Improved on the chanting part of it. Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
I was enjoying all the the rhythm. Everyone is, all of us are getting it, so well. So yat, whatever acharati, we do, shreshtaha, the best among us, whatever we do, we have role models in society. So whatever they do, we want to do that. That alone, eva, only that, itaraha, the common, janaha, people, sat, they, yat, whichever pramanam, the standards are set by the best among society, the role models of society, the opinion makers, they set the standards of behavior for society. Kurute, whatever they perform, lokaha, the world, anuvartate, will pursue that. It makes sense, no? Very commonsensical. Whatever actions great persons perform, the common people follow. Whatever standards they set, the world pursues. Simple. So why should the Jnani act? Is a question most of us have at any point of time. Oh, when you know that everything is mithya, everything is maya, why do anything at all? Is that not a question we have? Isn't it? So that is why Krishna says that. Arjuna has that question. Now that I know that I am Brahman, why should I stand here and fight the war? I will not do it. So that's why Krishna says, Are Bapre, you are a Kshatriya. You are a prince. You have come to defend your kingdom and fight for Dharma. If you don't do that, who else will? Everyone will say, okay, I'll also put down my Shastra and sit. That's why you need to do your Dharma. So beautiful. No, it's so simple, logical. And why forget about the great persons or the standard person? Us at our level, at our homes, as parents, as sisters, brother, whatever, children follow what we do, no? Isn't it?
Children don't follow what you teach. No, they follow what you do.
Yes.
Beware.
About the children, I think all of us follow each other. Who's immediately around us, we tend to follow them. If someone is sitting lazily, we tend to follow them.
Yes.
Someone is actively moving around, we follow them.
Somebody yawns, you also feel yawn.
Even online, it's applicable. When I see Purnima talk so much, so actively, I'm so inspired.
Somebody smiles, you smile at them back. If somebody has a grumpy face, naturally your mood goes down.
It's all infection.
And see, Paramacharya used to do all the pujas for nearly 4 hours. Why would he do it?
Yeah.
He said, if I don't do it, you people will not do.
That's why.
There is no necessity for him to do the puja.
That is, correct. The danger of jnana is you can become lazy. When you realize that, nothing, this is also just an appearance in my consciousness. How does it matter whether I do this or do that, whether I do Tulsi Puja or not, whether I put Rangoli or not. We have all gone through that stage, I'm sure. But if I don't do it, how will that be passed on to the next generation? And Krishna has said in the previous shloka, only if you do your karmas, then the whole thing will be sustained, only with your karmas. Like Sneha said, it is quite scary. Just to drop action, that's not the solution. drop doing any action. No, Krishna is saying, no, you do everything that you're supposed to do, but in a dharmic manner, as prescribed by the Vedas. See, we take many things for granted and we said, okay, this need not be done. Let's drop it. But then, yeah, let's not get worried and go and do line by line, try to follow everything. No, at whatever level we can follow these, the rituals, specifically the rituals can be very taxing actually, can be very tiring. People don't want to do the ritual. But if you want to pass it on to the next generation, do it. No, like lighting a lamp in the house, doing your regular festivals, whatever it comes, that Gauri or Ganesha or Deepavali, whatever, you can just say, okay, I don't like it, I don't like crackers, I don't. But then everything has a significance, and I should understand the significance and then pass it on to the next generation. Otherwise, it will be lost. Already it is lost so much. I think it's revived in the West, fortunately. More people in the West are reviving these rituals and pujas and stuff. So yes, and that is about the pujas and festivals. But then our own behavior as parents, very, very important, because children will follow what we do, like Nirmala said. So yadyad acharati shreshtaha tad anuvartate. So much responsibility is put on each and every individual on earth. No taking anything for granted. So that's why Krishna, why did Krishna have to act? He's an avatara. Why did he come down in the first place and do all these things? He's a role model because of him, because of the Gita. He walked the talk. All the enlightened masters walk the talk. They are not just blah, 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 blah. They also act. They live in the manner that is to be lived. They are a study in, they are the open books for us to learn from, isn't it? Have you all had a opportunity to, we have seen Prabhuji, most of us who are students of Prabhuji, walking the talk all the time.
That is why in our custom, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. If a person has studied very well, it will be seen in the humility he has. Not in, like America, you have to flaunt your education. But in India, the olden days, what they do is, the more and more educated you are, you become more and more humble. So very humble.
Correct.
Prabhu, you just see, he is an embodiment of humility.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what I felt when I saw Swami Sarvapriyananda yesterday.
Yes.
So I call it the banyan tree effect, right? Banyan tree, the more it grows and big it grows, it gets closer to earth. So I think that's how humility should be. The more
it bends. Yeah.
Yeah. So the more knowledge you get.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So the banyan tree effect.
Yes.
And the banyan tree, have you seen the seed of the banyan tree?
Yes.
It is the smallest. It's so small. In that full banyan tree thing is inscribed.
I know. That's the causal body of the banyan tree. Yeah. So when we go to sleep every night, we are all shrunk into the causal body of Ishvara, of Brahman. Ishvara is nothing but Brahman plus Maya, right? So we are all in the causal body and we come up in the morning. With me, the world awakes, actually. If you go to think of it, the world is not actually there, waiting for me the moment I wake up. No, it wakes up with me. So like she said, the causal body of the banyan tree is that little seed. Yeah. So this was the shloka which says, yes, all of us have to perform our duties, whether you're enlightened, unenlightened, whatever it is, and everything is, and the responsibility of the Shrestha, of the elderly among us, to do the proper action so that the world can follow you. Can we close with this today?
There is one small thing.
Yes.
The higher you go, the fall is greater.
Yes.
The man has reached the cliff. If he falls from there, what happens to him? He goes to Adala Padala. He goes to the down, 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 down.
Correct.
So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is also there, Baba. Correct.
yes, so you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
So one sannyasi falls down,
Yeah.
immediately what happens is,
Yeah.
believe it or not, he
Yeah.
has to start his next life from a stone. That is why they don't give sannyasa. They don't give sannyasa because unless and until you're really ripe, you just can't, you can't take sannyasa and then immediately say, no, I'm not finding myself fit. Sorry, I'll just take off the rope. No, if you take off the rope, finished. You have to start from the stone.
Really, I had no idea of this. Really, is that
Yes,
harsh?
that is harsh. And if a housewife is able to do her duty with the same tolerance, patience, and all, and serve the husband, serve the children, next janma, it is sannyasa for a straight. Easy.
Wow.
Easy.
Sounds good.
Naturally it happens. No, why should I do this? Then the problem starts. It's all so nicely, meticulously charted out. We have to just follow.
Okay. So we are all sannyasis in our next life. If not Jivan Muktas in this very life. No, let's aim for Jivan Mukti. No more birth. Padmaja is very quiet. I miss your voice.
That's what I was thinking. Why Padma is silent?
When you people are so talking, it's so nicely. Drishta Nashta Swabhava. It has all gone in me. You're all Mahiyam.
Very nice, Padmaja. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, Purnima.
Okay. Who else? Somebody hasn't spoken today. Ipa, Suma, Shaila. All good?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, then let's meet next week with the next two shlokas. Yes.
This Dharma Kshetra is not that member one. We are all one entity, as Padmaja said.
Ashte. That's it.
Almost like, one entity. One body.
Yes. One body. And when he, like the banyan tree. Yes. Okay. All right. Then thank you so much. So let's pray for Loka Kalyana. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishnarpanamastu.
Today is Saturday and Ekadasi.
Oh, how nice. Very good.